Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. Hope you're having a good start to the week. So today I'm here to do an almost full face of Colourpop makeup. So I have been buying a lot from Colourpop over the past couple of months because, you know, a lot of their stuff that come out really does appeal to me, and I feel, you know, sometimes I can get to a £60 basket, not that I should be doing that to get free shipping, but sometimes I just want to treat myself and pick up a couple of things and just pay the postage. So today I'm here to show you a couple of the new products that I got, but a lot of the products are kind of older as well. So like I said, I don't have a full face. Everything of the stuff that I don't have is obviously going to be replaced by something else, but I'll just show you guys along the way. So the first thing I want to show you that I purchased is not a makeup product, but it's a product that I've wanted to try for so long. And it's the coconut body milk, and I purchased this with the new order that I had, and at the time when I ordered it there was a sale going on with Colourpop, like most of the time that there is, and I thought, you know what, I just really want to pick it up. And coconut is one of my favourite smells and one of my husband's favourite smells, and I thought, you know what, let's purchase it to just have a look and how it smells. And I tried it last night after having a shower and it smells amazing. This is probably going to be in one of my monthly favourites. So, you know, if you do watch my videos, every month I do a monthly favourite, so this is probably going to be up there. I'll talk more about it probably in that monthly favourite. I know we're only kind of midway through this month, but I'll be talking more about it. And I just love the carton as well. Like, it's obviously shaped like a milk carton because it's a body milk. But let's go on to the makeup. So like I said, I'm just going to go through a full face of my products. So I'm just going to start off with one that I just love so much, and it is a face milk. So it's their papaya face milk. I have mentioned so many times how much I love this product. Like, I have quite a few now. So I have a set of the mini ones that came out during Christmas, or was it before? I think it was a bit before Christmas. And then I have one of the kind of larger size one, which is the strawberry and papaya one. What I like about these is the fact that for someone who has extremely dry, sensitive skin, me, these just are just a kind of base before the primer, because, you know, sometimes the primer isn't always completely hydrating, and it's a bit frustrating sometimes because obviously when you have dry skin, and depending on the foundation that you use, because I like to use a lot of kind of matte foundations, even though that will make my face look even more dry, but I feel that having a face milk is obviously going to be really beneficial to my skin. And I do, it's obviously looking a lot more sensitive because I did just take off my makeup because I just did a previous video, but you can see how shiny it becomes, but it just becomes a bit more tacky, so you can just feel that moisture. So I'm going to go in with a primer, but this is the Professional by Benefit, and I don't have a primer by Colourpop, unfortunately. I do need to start, like, maybe in the future when I do more hauls, I need to look at actually what I do need, because a lot of the time I tend to be picking up eyeshadow palettes and a couple of other things here and there, and they do have things that is essentially that you can use for a full face. I just don't have them all yet, so it's a little bit frustrating, but maybe next time when I do an order, I don't know when that will be. I'm trying to hold off because, like I said, hauling from there can be a little bit expensive, but it's still really worth it because I so far have not had a product that I dislike. So yeah, that is just a Professional by Benefit, so nothing special. So foundation, this is one that I rave about all the damn time, and it's the Pretty Fresh foundation by Colourpop, and this is in the shade Fair 20 Neutral, so Fair 20N. This is a pretty good match for me because I was unable to do a proper colour match, but I mentioned this before in some of my videos, but when you go onto their website, they do have a big shade selection and you can narrow everything down. So they'll do like a little questionnaire and it says, oh, you know, do you feel that your skin is neutral, do you think it's fair, and you know, the different combination types of skin, because obviously a lot of people are either dry, oily, or combination. And I kind of did my little quiz, and obviously you get to narrow down based on just undertones and just essentially kind of the colour of your veins as well. That's obviously very important when you are trying to find your shade range. I know I look a little bit crazy right now because it's a bit light for me, but I just want to just cover up all my blemishes basically, because of course I have very pigmented skin. And I feel that this foundation, although it's a little bit, it's a bit more of a wet foundation, it really covers the reds so well. I don't have a concealer, so I won't be using one today, but I will be patting everything down with one of my powders. But when it comes to this foundation, I recommend it so much to so many people. The only reason that I kind of tried it was because it was recommended by other influencers, and essentially I just really wanted to try a different type of foundation, and I was quite lucky that I end up choosing a shade that was actually pretty good. So it does look quite good. I mean, the lighting is not the best today because it's quite a gloomy day, but when I am testing out the foundation, it really like you can barely see any of my red now, and that's just with a couple of pumps, so I don't go crazy because I want to not use it all up. But yeah, this is essentially it's a hydrating foundation as well. What else is there? Any other things on there? I can't remember because obviously on the box they tend to have more of the information, but I really rave about this so much, and I have been using it for quite a few months actually, and it's popped up in a few of my favorites because it just works so well, especially for my skin. Like you can see it's glowing quite a bit, and I don't mind that at all, just because, you know, it's a bit of a dewy finish, but that doesn't bother me, and it really does last all day. So I'm just going to go in with one of my setting powders. It's nothing special, it's just my my Revolution powder that I use pretty much every video now because it's part of my project pan. I know that Colourpop do have a setting powder, but of course I haven't purchased it yet. So like I mentioned, when it comes to even concealers, to be honest, I know that they do concealers and that they do primers and they do everything that is a full face, but I just haven't got around to purchasing them yet. I'm really intrigued in trying their coloured mascaras, but I haven't heard the best things about it. Like if you've tried any of the kind of products, let me know if you think they're any good, because essentially when you buy a coloured mascara, sometimes it's very difficult to see because I have very black eyelashes basically, and they don't always come out so well. So let's go on to the blush, and I have one that I have used many times. This is the Whole 9 Yards pressed powder. It was part of their kind of floral kind of what do you call it, nocturnal? No, it's kind of like their, yeah, just one of their kind of sets that came out, one of their million sets that came out, and I just really like this because it's really nice and subtle, even though you guys know me that I love a blush and a half, but sometimes this one is just nice and not overly powerful, and I love the little pressed design on there as well. You can see that I've used it a few times because it's getting in there. So yeah, this is just really nice and makes my skin glow a lot, so I do like it very much. And I don't have a highlighter, I'm so sorry. I did try and order a highlighter last time, but every time I go to my cart it either sells out or they've sent me the wrong product. So I'm just going to show you quickly one of these Super Shock shadows that I ordered. So I ordered one that is called In Harmony, which is this one here. What I actually ordered was a highlighter that's called In Harmony as well, and they sent me the wrong item. I didn't like message them because it's just so much hassle, and to be honest I will use that sometime, and it's just a bit annoying because obviously I really want to try some of their highlighters because I've heard that they're so good, but one day maybe hopefully in one of my next hauls I will be able to pick up a highlighter and it will turn up, even though, you know, I guess the Super Shock shadows can be quite, they look exactly the same, they're the same size, it doesn't help when they're the same name, so that's a little bit annoying. But yeah, this is my Wet n Wild one. It's another one of my Project Pan products, which is amazing. So let's go on to the eyes, which is always my favourite part. So I bought two kind of sets of eye stuff. The first thing I purchased was like two kind of eyeshadows, two single pans, because they were on sale. So I did purchase also one of the magnetic pans that you can get, because recently in one of my Spectrum hauls they had kind of like these loose ones, so I thought, you know what, I might as well just buy one and put it in here as well. So from the Colourpop one, what I purchased was one called Imperial, which is a matte kind of nude shade, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I bought one shimmer which is called High Society. So these two are obviously the magnetic pan, and I also bought one of the new mini eyeshadow palettes in kind of the Cherish. It's called the Cherish palette. They have about 3 or 4 other different palettes as well, but this one of course spoke to me on so many like different wavelengths, and like the color selection is just gorgeous. And I mean, I will be using this one today. This one I will use next time. But yeah, this is essentially how many mattes you get: 1 matte, 2 mattes, and 3 shimmers. This is a bit more expensive than their normal palettes. For example, I think this one was $10, where their normal pans are like $6. So I did find it a little bit strange, and I know a lot of people have mentioned that, but maybe it's just different quality, or maybe it's just different, just like, and I mean the packaging is very different as well. Like you get plastic packaging, and this outside packaging is really cute as well, so I do like that. So let's get on with this, and all the names are on the back, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to start off with Forever, which is just here. So I'm going to take me a fluffy brush, and there's a little bit, I mean there's a bit of fallout already. I think it must have happened during like when it was coming down, so I'm just taking one of my clean brushes and we're just going to tap. Bit of fallout. I mean, it's the same with, if you did check out my Bambi review, I did a review on the flower palette, part of the Colourpop order that I did. So that palette had so much fallout, like it was insane how much fallout was in that palette, but it was such a gorgeous little palette as well. It's actually one of the last few videos that I did, so if you haven't checked it out, please do, because it was a nice kind of little review on Bambi, because I love Bambi. I love that collection as well. It's gorgeous. So Forever is pretty good. Like I said, they came out with a lot of different variations of this one. So they did have a purple one, which obviously spoke to me, but I was like, you know what, I need to try something a bit different, so I went for a red. Not that it's much different for me, but you know, and like I said, it was £10, so $10, sorry, it's not pounds, it's dollars, which it again is pretty good for Colourpop, because most of the time their eyeshadow palettes are $9 and they are amazing quality. Like I've never had any problems with any of my Colourpop eyeshadows. They're really nice. On the kind of top, I'm going to go in with Adore, which is this kind of like light, it's kind of like it's not grey, but it's more of a kind of light brown. But I'm just going to put that on top to kind of lighten up here. And what I do love about Colourpop, I really wish that they came to that they were like in the UK, but I don't think that's ever going to happen, just because they're manufactured here, and they're obviously more of a company that are like proud to be, you know, all made in the UK. What am I talking about? In LA, sorry. And they just mass produce all their products just so quickly. On their social media, you can see the videos of them making their products, which is pretty cool. I know, I think it must have been their TikTok or either their Instagram. They did a video on making their jelly shadows, which is really interesting to see, because obviously not a lot of brands tend to show their secrets. But I think with Colourpop, they've done videos where people have gone into their kind of studios and just watched how products are made, and it's just really interesting. That shade has kind of made a nice kind of darker edge up the top, so that's pretty nice. I'm going to go with a shimmer now, because again, this palette is not very big, but it's still enough to do just a nice look. So you've got 3 shimmers. So you've got one that's called Destiny, Faith and Precious. So you've got the 3 just here. I might go in with Faith just here. So let's take let me take one of the first fluffy brushes that I got, because we'll see how it works. Again, I might end up using my finger, but we will see. So it's caught on quite a lot actually. Doesn't seem to be any fallout, so we're just going to drag. Oh my god, wow. Okay, that's very nice. I'm just going to blend, because on the other side we've got some of the first shade, so we're just going to blend that in together and just incorporate it. And that's really, really nice. Wow. I was a bit hesitant to buy one of these palettes, but I thought, you know what, it saves me kind of maybe in the future maybe buying one. And a lot of their new palettes aren't really speaking out to me as much, even though I do have quite a few of their palettes now. I think I've got like 3 of the Disney ones. I've got a couple of their other random ones as well, but I love Colourpop. It is a shame that it's just a little bit expensive to bring them over here, but you know, I still appreciate good makeup. So that's come out so nicely. I don't know if I want to put anything on my lower lash line. I might go back in with a dwarf on my lower lash line just to see how it works. It's not going to be too powerful, but might work. It's nice and subtle. It's not anything too crazy. That's pretty good. What I really want to do actually is put something in my inner corner. I might take one of my Super Shock. Let's go in with the In Harmony because I haven't used it yet, and it's a yellow one which might not work, but it's all good. I'm going to take this little brush that I used earlier, and these are so sensitive. You have to be very careful with using these, but they are so pigmented. You have to be very careful with them. I've mentioned if you do have any of the Super Shock shadows, that when you close it, make sure you close it properly because they will get dried out really easily. This one, it's digging a little bit more. I'm just being a bit too soft on it because I don't want it to break. Just tap off a little bit of the excess, and yeah, it's there. I think these do work better as on the lid, but yeah, that's still pretty good. And now let's go on to the eyes because sorry, what am I talking about? I'm on the eyes already. I do have one of their BFF liners, but I don't think it's going to come out that well on here. So let's go on to the lips now. And I do have a new lip pencil that I purchased, which I used in one of my previous videos, but I do have a new lippy stick. The colours don't match, so I'm just going to use the lippy stick, and this is part of their Poppy collection. I purchased it because it was on sale. So this is in the shade Unreal, and it's just a nice, just nude shade. So what I'm going to do it off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so yeah, this is really nice. This is much more creamier than some of their other ones, like the other lippy sticks. I think this might be a different formula because it's glided on so much easier, and then those ones tend to be a little bit more drier. They're still really freaking good, but this one is just really nice and soft, but I really like this. So yeah, this is my almost full face of Colourpop makeup. Let me know what your favourite Colourpop product is if you haven't tried them. If you have tried them, let me know. I'm really intrigued. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on my social media because I'm always on there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well, you're healthy, happy and safe. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.